Wait, get the fuck out of my face. And you're in my chat. And you're in my chat. Did I come to your stream? Did I come to your stream, Haz, and slap the dick out of your mouth? Is that what I did? Dugin is the main organizer of the National Bolshevik Party. Haz, what's a National Bolshevik? Can you tell me? Because I'm maybe not as well versed. You know, I'm an anarchist. So we don't read theory, right? We're not very smart. We're not cool like the Marxist-Leninists, but you might know. What is a National Bolshevik? Is that the same as a Nazbol, or is that like, am I missing? Because like there's a distinction there that I'm just not smart enough to, is there nuance that I'm missing? He isn't. Okay, so Wikipedia's lying. Wikipedia's lying to me. Haz, do you know how ridiculous you look right now? Like to a big audience too, to a bunch of people. And there's no guarantee that you're gonna get a chance to talk to me either, right? Like that's all on me. Do I want to talk to you? Do I need to talk to you? Am I gonna get called? You know, am I gonna get canceled again for platforming a fucking genocide denialist? Which I'm pretty sure you are, Haz. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't want to accuse you of anything that you're not doing because you're already posting so much cringe that I don't even need to. Like you already look so ridiculous. You're already such an object of ridicule and scorn on this platform that it's not even necessary. Okay, yeah, the Wikipedia, because I'm dumb. I told you, Haz, I'm not very smart. I'm an anarchist. I don't read. I don't like understand the immortal science of Lysenkoism. I still believe in genes. I'm just locked to a lot of these Anglo-box concepts still. But Haz, like, is that not true? Is Dugin in no way associated with the National Bolshevik Party, with the National Bolshevik Front? Are these lies? Is this Dugin isn't known for being a Nazbol? What does that mean? Is he a Nazbol or is he not a Nazbol? Because it's pretty important. Like, I don't know if he's known for, like, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, is he a Nazbol? Is National Bolshevik Front a Nazbol party? As somebody who's experienced cancel culture firsthand, for having talked to Chaos Osmel on Monday, quite recently, I think I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. Oh my God!
It was so peaceful up here.
There you go.
But now there you go.
Congratulations! Congratulations! You got the stand's attention.
But now there
good job, Haz. Look at this. Do you know what this is? Every single one of these explosions.
It was so peaceful up here. But now there are freaking communist invading radicals.
That's oatmeal. That's
it was so peaceful
an energy drink.
But now there are freaking communist invading
rice.
radicals.
Like, this is feeding me.
Because it was so peaceful
Haz,
up here.
you literally just fed me.
Communist invading radicals.
You are a comrade. You are absolutely a comrade.
But now there are freaking communist invading radicals.
So much for me right now. You have no idea.
It was so peaceful.
You have no idea.
Now there are freaking communist invading.
Do you know
radicals.
what happens when people see me get attacked?
It was so peaceful.
Do you know how people respond to that?
Now there are freaking communist invading radicals.
Especially when you do it so
it was so peaceful
transparently.
But now there are freaking communist invading radicals.
Where we can see the little machinations.
It was so peaceful
in your.
But now there are freaking communist invading radicals.
The little Machiavellian, you know, sort of machinations of your process here. We can see what you're doing. You're like, okay, so cancel culture is this thing. They do this thing where whenever somebody calls somebody else racist, everybody else just believes it uncritically. They just like, oh yeah, no, she's racist because somebody said she's racist. And it's like, it doesn't quite work like that. Yeah, like sometimes that gets like lobbed in disingenuously around. You know, sometimes it becomes a cudgel. Sometimes it becomes like just another weapon. Oh, God, did you get banned again?
But now
did you just get a gift sub? You just got a gift sub. Infrared, you got elves. You got elves. Now you can post elves. You can even post cursed elves, but you got to save up your channel points. I don't know, but Infrared, the question is, can you stay unbanned for long enough to actually save up some channel points to be able to curse those elves? There you are. You're back out of law school, right? Because you know what? Like, quitting your day job is a scary thing. It's a scary fucking thing. Where did he go? Did he leave? Did he fucking leave? Haz, you still haven't paid me $195. It's just $195. What kind of scrub can't pay me $195? What kind of weaselly little pay pig? that brings homophobic dicks to my community. No, chat, like there's a multiplicity of things that are pissing me off right now. Let's check in on this again.
I mean, I don't think I was saying anything completely unreasonable. It was just expressing those frustrations. Admittedly, I may have done it in a terse or frustrated way, but, you know, I don't think it was anything personal.
So this is Chud Logic talking to CTV.
Standard of discourse with someone when I'm
not sure why.
Even if I get a bit spicy, you know, when they're not around. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I didn't take offense at all because there's a lot of people talking shit about CTV, and I just keep going, okay, just keep talking about me. I guess that's I guess I'm a pretty popular guy to talk about. You know what? Somebody
not really. Your name would be on my title if you were a pretty popular guy to talk about CTV.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the left, but I don't necessarily.
I know where my bread is buttered, and it's not on the CTV side. I would love to do videos about CTV.
You know, one thing that I can't...
CTV, you have no idea. I would love to do videos about you. You have like next to no like SEO value to the point that if I put CTV in a YouTube tag, like I would probably get like a oh my god, thank you, anonymous cheerer. That's amazing. Thank you so much. If I put CTV, like I'm trying to say, like a something terrain vehicle, like a something that starts with C terrain. Oh God, I don't know. But you know, I would get something else before I would get you. I would get something that has nothing to do with you, right? There's probably even a critically thinking veteran on YouTube that's got more like, you know, notoriety. Like, right? There's actually you literally are worse than useless to me as an SEO. That's why I haven't done any videos about you. Otherwise, it'd be really fun to pick on you. It would be really fun to use you as a lolcow, because you are a lolcow. You're incredibly dumb, and you have Dunning-Kruger syndrome. One of the worst cases I've seen, by the way, CTV. You'd be great for that. I would thoroughly enjoy that, CTV, but I would get nowhere in that. People aren't interested in your drama unless it involves like me, right? That's what they like is me calling you daddy and stuff. And you know, they're not so much about hearing you blabber on about submarines. What are you blabbering on about now, though?
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I think you're onto something there.
Oh, I'm sure he's onto something.
For whatever reason,
I think you're both onto something. It's called being cringe.
Desire to dish out justice, and we've set up mechanisms and
are they talking about cancel culture?
Deal with that.
Are they talking about cancel culture? These two Coomers. This is the Coomer. This is fucking the Coomer summit here.
Desire somewhere to seek justice.
I was like trying to figure out what do these two have in common, and I was like thinking, and I'm thinking,
you know, if someone says something on social
Coomers.
media, like
Coomers.
Egregious, rather than just block, criticize, whatever, it becomes this sort of like, oh, I've got to cause this person material harm because of something bad they've said online, you know?
They're not talking about Mel, are they? Who are they talking about?
Hey, Hemed Out, man. Look, Hemed Out, bro. You can
Hemed
jump
Out.
here for 5 minutes, right?
Oh, Hemed Out's in chat.
I know you got 5 minutes for us, bro.
Yeah, I think this dynamic, or at least the culture, the cancel culture dynamic, is something that's
Cancel culture.
It's kind of a
Dude, that's some strange bedfellows. Look, I'll talk about cancel culture.
right. It's
I'll talk about cancel culture, but I'm not gonna do cancel culture with like Drew Welty. You know what I mean? And there's a reason for actually. You know what? I shouldn't put Drew in that. Look, Drew, CTV, completely different world. Okay, now I'm not saying I love Drew's points of view. I'm not saying I like. I mean, let's be honest. Like, I think Jordan Peterson's pretty ridiculous, and Drew's, you know, a huge fan. So there's a huge gulf ideologically between me and Drew. But like compared to CTV, Jesus Christ, like this is like talking to a like truck bumper or something. Do you know what this is like? Talking to the nuts that hang off of, you know, like a truck has the nuts, you know what I'm talking about, the truck nuts. It's like going up to the truck nuts and being like, hi there, truck nuts, what are you doing, how are you doing, truck nuts? Dugin was the main organizer of the National Bolshevik, what's a National Bolshevik? Okay, let's shorten it down. Nazbol, Hasbol. That's what you are. That's what you are. Has your bread tubes fellow Hasbol. Okay, you got that, you fucking cuck. Here we go. National Bolshevik Front and Eurasia Party. He is the author of more than 30 books, among them The Foundations of Geopolitics and The Fourth Political Theory. Now this one's really interesting, right? So you got like communism, fascism, capitalism, and I don't know whatism. And I guess the I don't know whatism is his synthesis of National Bolshevism. Anyway, like, I don't know. I'm like, I could read you more about him and what he believes and shit like that. And then I could show you, like, has, like, simping this guy. And that's what I call an open and shut case that, like, has, I mean, I know you're not a law student anymore, right? Because you're too fucking addicted to drama to pay attention to your studies. But, this is what we call an open and shut case. This is a very clean line that connects you to the ideology of National Bolshevism. Now, I know this is a line this is a line that you would like to obscure, and you would like to cover up, and you would like to say, no, nothing like that. We are Marxist-Leninists. That is all. There is only Marxist-Leninists. Only Marxist-Leninism. Also, Stalin's pretty cool. Also, the Chinese government, you know, the billionaires are, that's okay because they're communist billionaires, and they're communist landlords, and they're communist, like, you know, it's communist exploitation, so it's not capitalist, it's okay. And you know, like, all the imperialism, you know, done by those countries, well, they doesn't quite meet Lenin's definition of imperialism. And since we have formed basically a fucking religion around an abstraction, a bastardization of Lenin's work, we're gonna say that's as good as, like, I don't know, the hand of God approving. Because you know what? This ain't fucking Marxist-Leninism. This is way too close to religion. This is just like this bizarre form of essentialism that is fascism with Russian oligarchical characteristics. Maoish gang. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, I mean, like, that's that. So, like, let's see what Has had to say about now, I don't know if I actually, people say I didn't call him a Nazbol. I kind of think I probably did. I kind of think at some point in that stream, like, and check it out, it's on YouTube if you have missed it. How do I get the link to this? Oh, there it is. Okay, get ready. Now, chat, this might be pretty scary to, like, a lesser streamer when you got a fucking violent, like, freak show like Has, like, waving around a club and saying your name, but hey, I'm fucking here for it. Bring it.
Are not actually even racially white. They're like 50% something else. Or they're foreign or some kind.
Joe Biden.
The real white supremacists are the ones who disguise it. And they hide behind fucking dog whistles and phrases that unconsciously unite them as white supremacists.
Dude, you need a shave, or I don't know. Well, maybe he's growing out his beard again. Yeah, he probably doesn't like how much he looks like a younger brother now. He looks like his own younger brother, unironically.
SJWs are the white people of white people.
There we go.
Leftists are the white people of white people.
Okay.
You think white supremacy is explicit?
He's got the.
Look at actual
Do you
white
hear
supremacists.
the kind of rap that he's listening to?
90% of them are like 50% mixed. Look at actual explicit white supremacists, and you're gonna find they are not actually even racially white. They're like 50% something else.
Where's he going with this?
Or they're foreign or some kind.
The
real white supremacists.
Listen.
The real white supremacists are the ones who disguise.
So just so you know, I got sent this clip by a Haas simp. By somebody that's a fan, so somebody that I think is in the community at least. I mean, they can tell me if I'm wrong, right? But like, I think I'm right. I think I'm correct. That they that they are a fan of Haas, and they're sending this to me because they probably want to see us debate. Is like if I were to guess. But anyway, they sent it to me kind of. It was forward. It was not quite like I. Wait, let me make sure I'm getting the right place in the clip. Okay. It says 20 not wait. Really? Okay, 43 minutes and 40 seconds. Wait. Okay, let's try this one. This might be something different. Oh shit, I think I played the wrong clip. Shuffle Kitty, I played your... Shuffle Kitty probably knows how I fucked up.
The fuck am I gonna be at?
Oh my god, well this is like, wait. Okay, I think this is the same area, right? I think this is the I don't know what I'm looking at, chat. Here we go.
Nazbol, huh? Why don't you just call me a Muslim? Just call me a backwards Muslim.
Can anybody find me any instance of the word Nazbol being used as a dog whistle for Muslim? Can anybody find me what kind of degenerate connection like this dude has made? Here's where it starts with me. Okay, well, yeah, no, we were just getting to the good part, though. Here we go. We'll watch that in a second.
What you really want to say? Call me a backwards Arab Muslim. Fuck, you think I give a fuck about...
I mean, when people complain about SJWs, when people complain about, PC culture, the kind of thing that I think that they're complaining about is like if somebody does something like weaponizing their identity. Now, some leftists probably do weaponize their identity. I don't think it happens a lot, and I think it's a lot more likely, that in most situations, like, people who are complaining about like racism in leftist spaces are probably right, because a lot of us leftists still have implicit bias. And so, if you're calling out implicit bias, you basically, there's so much of it around, you could throw a baseball and you'd be likely to hit implicit bias, right? But the little dudes come up, and like, I just naturally am like, little dudes. It does happen. These things are weaponized. These things are used as cudgels. These things are employed disingenuously. And, I think that, I try to emphasize the fact that I try to call that out, right? Because we shouldn't be, that's not really a legitimate criticism of the left. And most of the time that's not what happens. And when it does, it gets called out, right? Hopefully.
About your dumb white bullshit? I don't give a fuck about your...
I mean, I do have a lot of dumb white bullshit, Haas. You're not wrong there, okay?
Stupid bullshit?
I mean, no, you shouldn't, nor should you.
I'm a Nazbol? Fuck off!
You can tell my white bullshit to fuck off, but you are a Nazbol. You literally are a fucking Nazbol. And if you don't understand that, then I don't think you've even read Dugin. Is he like literally just a meme to you? Do you even know about your own philosophy? What the fuck are you talking about, dude? What kind of, what gorilla's ass did you pull this garbage ass ideology out of?
Off! What the
All right, there we go. And you notice he's got like that kind of like, it's like that. It's not just like regular rap, right? There's a certain kind of rap that's like kind of like, all these haters want to get me and I'm gonna fucking fuck them up and you know what I mean? It's like that vibe of like, yeah, they coming after me and I'm just gonna, you know what I mean? It's he's listening to like, it's like this is maybe the hip hop version of Fight Song. This is like the Hillary Clinton stands after, you know, she lost the election saying, this is my fight song, take back my right song. In other words, if you're unfamiliar with the reference, this is cope, my friend. This is cope. This is a guy that can't handle a creator that actually has something to say, leapfrogging over his lame ass and talking to the same fucking, you know, thought leaders that he was trying to debate just a few weeks ago. But it turns out, Haas, you are just a novelty. You are just a toy for them to play around it with, and they're done with you. And even Destiny has realized that you're not a good person to platform because you're posting major cringe. And I would maintain a lot worse cringe than some of the people that have gotten canceled in the recent past, but comparing, you know, fucked up shit like that is kind of odious, so I won't do it.
And they hide behind fucking dog whistles and phrases that unconsciously unite them as white supremacists. And Nocommentchick is a white supremacist.
Nocommentchick, noted Canadian alt-right streamer. Nocommentchick. Spill the tea. Spill the tea, Has. Let's hear it. Let's hear about her crimes.
She's a white
against social justice. What did she do?
supremacist. And I'm not saying that opportunistically. She's an authentic...
Except that you literally are. You like literally are. Like, I don't know what else you call this, right? So we got two slam dunk cases here. We got one, Irene says, Haas, you're a Nazbol. Irene shows Haas simping Dugin. Irene shows Wikipedia page on Dugin that the first thing that it says about the dude is that he's a fucking national Bolshevik political theorist. So you're a Nazbol. That's uncontroversial. Now, am I a white supremacist? Well, let's see if this lawyer, if this former law student can make the case. Let's see if you can ground your axioms, or if you are in fact a fake debate bro and that you got zero logic and all you got is that you yell and you're loud and you're obnoxious.
White supremacist. I see no different. When I see her, I see KKK.
I can yell too. You know that? You know that, Haas? Like, I can probably yell. I mean, I might not yell as loud as you, but I'd gather that my yelling is probably a little bit more piercing than you. It's probably a little bit more painful for you to hear my yelling than it is for me to hear your yelling. I can take your yelling all day because it's very low pitched, Haas. It doesn't hurt my ears, but I think I could probably just like puncture your your inner ear membrane, you know, with just my voice.
When I see her, I see anti-Arab, anti-Muslim racism.
I mean, that's like, sounds like a hallucination. It's what it sounds like to me. But hey, you know, hey, I want to give some credence here. Haz, I believe that you probably have experienced a lot of white bullshit, okay? And I believe that you have experienced a lot of, like, you know, white supremacy, probably even, you know, cloaking itself as something nicer. You know, there is a form of liberalism that definitely, you know, or white supremacy that cloaks itself in liberalism. There is a lot of, like, you know, kind of bullshit implicit bias that you've probably been fucked over for. And you know what? It's not the easy kind of thing that you can just be like, okay, there's the implicit bias, let's go get it, you know, right? It's coming at you from all different directions at all the time. It's like this is literally the problem with microaggressions. Like, you can swat one mosquito away, sure, but if you're getting bit by, like, just you're surrounded by mosquitoes, you know, as you know, people of color are here in the United States, like, right, and you get a little microaggression and microaggression and microaggression, I'm sure that can be really frustrating. And if that's the, like, angst that you're trying to displace on me, I mean, I want to tell you that, you know, you're valid. You're not, though, because you're literally just randomly lashing out. And that accomplishes nothing, Haas. The first thing you gotta do is figure out who the fuck your friends are and who the fuck your enemies are. Now, look, leftists might not be perfect. We probably post a lot of cringe. We probably do a lot of annoying white shit a lot of times, okay? But we're not trying to end immigration from Muslim countries. And that is literally what the last president wanted to do. That is literally what all your precious proletariat, and we'll find out what Haas's definition of proletariat is in a second, and how it corresponds in no way to any sort of real serious analysis of class. It has nothing to do with class and everything to do with culture, because this dude has got his head stuck so far up his ass that, you know, he can smell his liver. I don't know, chat. He can probably smell his liver. Anyway.
Literally, I see that. That's what I see.
Like, this is how he thinks cancel culture works. And he probably doesn't like it, and he probably doesn't agree with it, but, like, I am so bad that he's willing to go. He's like, all right, this is what the liberals do. They'll believe this. If I say that she's a white supremacist, they have this rule. They have this rule. It's called believe victims. So since I say I'm a victim of Nocommentchick's white supremacy, people will uncritically look at that and pass it on and be like, yes, Nocommentchick white supremacist, Nocommentchick bad, Haas good, Haas victim, must essentialize, yes, that's how liberals work. I mean, liberals are cringe, Haas, but, like, you're actually dumber than they are. You're actually more cringe than they are.
The fuck am I gonna be a Nazbol, huh? Why don't you just call me a Muslim? Just call me a backwards Muslim. What you really want to say?
Well, I wouldn't call you a Muslim because from what I understand, you're an atheist, not a Muslim. And I don't know if you, like, culturally identify as such, so I wouldn't make that assumption. And also, if I... Hey, Eugenics Coon, how's it going? Well, yeah. So he's accusing me of calling him something that I didn't. Right? He's denying that Dugin is a national Bolshevik theorist and that he's a fan of Dugin, okay? So he's lying there, and then he's trying to weaponize his identity because he thinks that's how cancel culture works. He's got a very simplistic view of the follies of liberalism and how he can exploit them. So he thinks that, like, you know, he can just say white supremacist and that, like, that's gonna be taken for, you know, on face value, right? But as somebody who's a former law student, I would expect him to try to make the case in some way. To build a case, you kind of need at least three elements. Like, look, you at least need thesis, and conclusion, right? You kind of need that. You kind of need to connect two things and say, then therefore this, right? And then therefore this, we got that already. That's that Nocommentchick is a white supremacist, okay? But what is the supporting anything? I called him a Nazbol. So he's going to assert that Nazbol, I guess, is a common dog whistle when anti-Muslim, anti-Islamic white people want to criticize a Muslim person in a racist way without being obvious about it, that what they say is Nazbol. That's a trope. Can somebody find me anything that associates Nazbols with Islam? Because it exists. I should debate Haas. You should debate Haas, Eugenics Kun. You should debate Haas because he's posting cringe and he's lying, and you as a rational being can see that. You should take him down from the inside because he's not a competent leader. And if you guys want to make something if you wanna foment like revolutionary fervor, like you seem to say you do, you need to do it with real Marxist-Leninism and not Naz's fake tradcon bullshit that dresses itself up as Marxist-Leninism. Because listen, say what you will about Marxist-Leninists. I'm not a Marxist-Leninist, but this ain't it. This ain't what they're about. I know so many Marxist-Leninists, and I have not met one that like loves the taste of the right-wing like human centipede's ass the way that Haas does, that has his lips so firmly affixed to the sphincter of fucking of Putinism. Like that's what this dude is about, right? That's what Dugin is about. That's what we're connecting to, okay? This is fucking cringe. And it's time people realize what this motherfucker's about. Because he's not helping anybody in his community. All he's doing is leading you down blind alleys. And I think you're smart enough to see that.
Call me a backwards Arab Muslim. Fuck, you think I give a fuck about your dumb white bullshit? I don't give a fuck about your stupid...
You seem to yell a lot for a guy who doesn't give a fuck, you know? Like, I know guys who don't give a fuck. They're pretty chill usually. You're the opposite of chill.
Bullshit?
Like, you're like Vivian, okay? You're like saying, I don't give a fuck, and then you proceed to give 627 fucks. Because it's like, I think you say fuck like every other word. I think there's a rule or something that every other word has to be... Well, why do you think he would lie like that then? And are you comfortable being in a community with somebody that's willing to lie and attempt to, you know, weaponize something as serious as racism, which is a huge problem in the United States, does affect both sides of the political spectrum? Yeah, there's a lot of fucking cringe white people out there. Yeah, there's a lot of cringe fucking liberals. Yeah, there's a lot of racism that hides itself as something else. That's absolutely true. And I'm even willing to bet that Haas has probably experienced that, because I know that this is a fucking racist country that we live in. He should pony up the cash if he wants to debate Irene. I know, right? See, the problem is Eugenics Coon. He's already paid Xanderhall like Vaush like $200. And so people kind of know that, like, you know, he or somebody in his community is a bit of a pay pig. You know, is willing to you know, give money. And so it's kind of like, you know how in a negotiation, like if we're negotiating and we're like, you know, I'm gonna sell you this, like, you know, coffee cup, and I'm like, I want $5 for this, and you're like, I don't think, it's messy, it's gross, I don't like that coffee cup, but I could use a coffee cup, so I'll give you $1 for it, right? You know, it's if you start off and I say, I want $5 for this, and then you say, I'll give you $4. You can't then go and say, but actually, I just want to give you $1. Once you've, like, let your intentions be known that you'll pay $4 for this, I'm going to get at least $4 for this, or else you're not going to get it. That's how deals work, and I think we know this. I don't think I'm explaining it. I hope I'm not being pedantic. I am being a little overly pedantic here. I'm being a little bit, oh, hey, what's up? Haas, how are you doing? Should I give you VIP? Yeah, let's give you VIP. Welcome, Haas. Oh, well, too late. I knew he was watching. I fucking knew that fucker was watching. That lying coward. I knew he was watching. I could feel his degenerate energy. I could feel the beta-ness. I hope your facial hair grows back, dude, because you kind of like, I don't know, you look like your own younger brother, unironically, right now. Oh my god, are we getting Tankie brigades? Yes. Like, do you realize I just got canceled? Hey, Tankies, what's up? How's it going, love? Listen, I just got canceled for talking to Chaos's Mel. So you doing this is praxis, unironically. Unironically, getting attacked by tankies right now is the best thing that could happen to me. The more hate that you give me, the more that you convince people that I'm not a fucking genocide denier for having talked to Mel, which is kind of ridiculous to begin with. Let's be real. But like, you know, yeah, I probably did give Mel a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt than she deserved. But hey, you know, thank you. I love it. I fucking love it. Haas, you are, I mean, you may not be much of a leftist, and I don't think you're a Marxist-Leninist either, but you are a comrade. You are helping me out. You are doing me a solid. Are you back? Did the mods decide you to let you in? Do I want to tone police you, Haas? Haas, I don't want to cancel you for anything that you said, okay? I'm not gonna go to your manager. I just think that you're posting cringe, and that, like, since you're being a comrade to me, let me be a comrade to you and help you to stop embarrassing yourself on such a large public platform. Because I'm a very empathic person, Haas. Like, I feel, you know, for you as a human being who's probably experienced a lot of racism, let's be real, who's probably experienced a lot of fucking cringe white people and a lot of like microaggressions and a lot of bullshit, right? I don't doubt that's, you know, that what you're saying about your lived experience is true. I don't doubt that it's true. I question the wisdom of so cynically displacing that on me and thinking that you can just like sort of weaponize, you know, cancel culture. Because I think that as bad and as cringe as liberals sometimes are, I think that you've gotten somehow of an oversimplified version in your head of how cancel culture works. And as somebody who's experienced cancel culture firsthand, for having talked to Chaos Mel on Monday, quite recently, I think I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. Oh my God!
It was so peaceful up here.
There you go.
But now there you go.
Congratulations. Congratulations. You got the stand's attention.
But now there
good job, Haas. Look at this. Do you know what this is? Every single one of these explosions.
It was so peaceful up here. But now there are freaking communist invading radicals.
That's oatmeal. That's
it was so peaceful
an energy drink.
But now there are freaking communist invading
rice.
radicals.
Like, this is feeding me.
Because it was so peaceful
Haas,
up here.
you literally just fed me.
Communist invading radicals.
You are a comrade.
It was
you
so
are absolutely a comrade.
But now there are freaking
Haas, you are
doing
so much for me right now. You have no idea.
It was so peaceful
you have
here.
no idea.
Now there are freaking communist invading
Do you know
radicals.
what happens when people see me get attacked?
It was so peaceful.
Do you know how people respond to that?
Now there are freaking communist invading radicals.
Especially when you do it so
it was so peaceful up
transparently.
Here. But now there are freaking communist invading radicals.
Where we can see the little machinations
it was so peaceful
in your.
But now there are freaking communist invading radicals.
The little Machiavellian, you know, sort of machinations of your process here. We can see what you're doing. You're like, okay, so cancel culture is this thing. They do this thing where whenever somebody calls somebody else racist, everybody else just believes it uncritically. They just like, oh yeah, no, she's racist because somebody said she's racist. And it's like, it doesn't quite work like that. Yeah, like sometimes that gets like lobbed in disingenuously around. You know, sometimes it becomes a cudgel. Sometimes it becomes like just another weapon. Oh, God, did you get banned again?
But now
did you just get a gift sub? You just got a gift sub. Infrared, you got elves. You got elves. Now you can post elves. You can even post cursed elves, but you got to save up your channel points. I don't know, but Infrared, the question is, can you stay unbanned for long enough to actually save up some channel points to be able to curse those elves? There you are. You're back. I'm so backwards. You're not.
Dudes.
Okay, Haas, how about this? You're in chat right now, okay? So you said that I called you a Nazbol. Is that what you're mad about? Is that what you're angry about? That I called you a Nazbol? Because if I called you a Nazbol and you're not one, I posted cringe. I fucked up. And I'll say I'm sorry. Did I call you a Nazbol and that's what you're mad about? Because I don't always remember everything that I said. I think I might have called you a Nazbol, though. Did I call you a Nazbol? Is that what you're upset about? and you think that it's a dog whistle, right? You think that Nazbol is a dog whistle, and what I'm really saying is I'm attacking your, you hate LGBT. No, you just want to assimilate LGBT. I think you said that you like LGBT when they're really like buttoned up and like super perfect, and they're like, you know, like, I guess don't wear goth clothes, right? Because you don't like goth clothes. You don't like that. You want more traditional stuff. Like if they were super traditional and just fit into the gender roles super well, then you should be okay with LGBT people, right? Is that your deal? Is that your deal? Okay, so come on. Infrared. I'm talking to you, not your stands here. Listen. LGBT disguise? What are you insinuating, Haas? Are you insinuating that I'm cis? Do you think I'm a cis woman that just like, oh, I got this little scam here. I'm gonna like. Is that what you're? That's actually kind of weirdly like complimentary. I don't know. Like it's like, I don't know. Well, so wait, do I pass or do I not? Like, I don't know. I'm really not sure of what you think about me, Haas. Okay, so here's the deal. I just want to know, are you mad about the Nazbol thing? Can you answer that one question, Haas? I just want you to answer one question. Just one question. I'm not going to pay any attention to what anybody else says until you answer the question. Are you mad about the Nazbol thing? Is that what you're upset about? Do you think I unfairly characterized you out of some sort of like religious bigotry? Is it because like that's what I'm getting from your video? Nazbol thing is 100% made up. Okay, so you're not a Nazbol. Okay, how do you feel about Dugin? Are you a fan of Dugin? You're not a fan of Dugin? Do you think he's a good author? Do you think he's got good ideas? Do you like some of his books? All of his books? Nazbols are liberals in Russia and part of the anti-Putin opposition. Dugin is not known for being a Nazbol. Okay. Lemonov is. Okay, like, well, I mean, I'd like to say that this is the kind of thing that I need to do some real research on, right? And look really deep into, you know, maybe even read like his books, right? Because, you know, they list 2 books here, but I mean, as I read this article, and maybe this is biased, maybe this is all, is this Anglobox? Maybe the Anglobox is responsible. Maybe the CIA is secretly manipulating Wikipedia's page or something like that. But look, close ties to the Kremlin, that does sound like somebody, okay, so yeah, not anti-Putin, right? Okay, so we got United Russia Party. Dugin is the main organizer of the National Bolshevik Party. Haas, what's a National Bolshevik? Can you tell me? Because I'm maybe not as well versed. You know, I'm an anarchist, so we don't read theory, right? We're not very smart. We're not cool like the Marxist-Leninists, but you might know. What is a National Bolshevik? Is that the same as a Nazbol, or is that like, am I missing? Because like there's a distinction there that I'm just not smart enough to, is there nuance that I'm missing? He isn't. Okay, so Wikipedia's lying. Wikipedia's lying to me. Haas, do you know how ridiculous you look right now? Like, to a big audience, too. To a bunch of people. And there's no guarantee that you're going to get a chance to talk to me either, right? Like, that's all on me. Do I want to talk to you? Do I need to talk to you? Am I going to get called, you know, am I going to get canceled again for platforming a fucking genocide denialist, which I'm pretty sure you are, Haas. I could be wrong. I don't want to accuse you of anything that you're not doing because you're already posting so much cringe that I don't even need to. Like, you already look so ridiculous. You're already such an object of ridicule and scorn on this platform that it's not even necessary. Okay, yeah, the Wikipedia, because I'm dumb. I told you, Haas, I'm not very smart. I'm an anarchist. I don't read. I don't like understand the immortal science of Lysenkoism. I still believe in genes. I'm just locked to a lot of these Anglobox concepts still. But Haas, like, is that not true? Is Dugin in no way associated with the National Bolshevik Party, with the National Bolshevik Front? Are these lies? Is this Dugin isn't known for being a Nazbol? What does that mean? Is he a Nazbol or is he not a Nazbol? Because it's pretty important. Like, I don't know if he's known for, like, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, is he a Nazbol? Is National Bolshevik Front a Nazbol party? Can you tell me this? He was in the 90s. Oh, he reformed. Well, they just haven't updated the wiki, I guess. Maybe since the 90s? Wait a minute, was Wikipedia even around in the 90s? A National Bolshevik Infrared. That's what a Nazbol is. In fact, in this case, we're talking about a political party. Let's take a look at this political party. We've got two political parties, actually. Well, three. And these are like the two books that he's noted. So this one's interesting because from what I understand, he's talking about communism, or I don't know if it's like Marxist-Leninism specifically, but, you know, communism, Marxism, fascism, capitalism, and then there's the fourth political theory, which is what he proposes is like a synthesis, right? It's like he's laying the foundations for an entirely new political ideology. Well, I'd be pretty excited about that if this guy wasn't such a simp for Putin and tradcons and just generally cringe. Okay, so this party closed down in 2007. Operated from 1993 to 2007. So is that what you mean, Haas, when you say that he's not a Nazbol anymore? That he's not a member of this party anymore because it doesn't exist? Russian courts banned the organization and it never officially registered as a political party. Oh, okay. So this was kind of an informal deal. Oh, this is Limonov. You're talking about Limonov. Okay, interesting stuff. Okay, so he was the founder of the National Bolshevik Party. Not a fan of neoliberal policies in Russia. Arrested in 2001 and convicted of illegal possession of what? So yeah, this sounds like a dissident. This sounds like, yeah, this is he supported Putin's foreign policy following the 2014. Oh, okay, so he kind of came back into the fold, it looks like. Is that wrong, Haas? Did he come back into the fold? Is he back under the Putin tent at this point? Okay, so we got that, and then we got this other. That's the this is the one that ended in 2007. And this is the front. It's been used at 3 separate strands of National Bolshevism. Name initially applied to Russian National Bolshevik Party of Limonov, and oh, hey, so how you doing, Haas? I heard you just are you dropping out of law school, I hear? Because like one of the things that I would have expected from a like law student, even if you were just like a law student for a little while, is that you'd understand like the concept of just like thesis of just like, you know, kind of lining up two premises and drawing a conclusion from them. And so I got your conclusion of your allegation against me was that I'm a white nationalist, but I didn't get any sort of supporting. Where were the theses thesis is? See, like I told you, I'm an anarchist, so I'm not very smart. I don't know if it's... Is it theses? That sounds too much like feces. Okay, this group has links with former NBP member Alexander Dugin and closely cooperates with the Eurasian Youth Union. That sounds lovely. A group of young supporters, red-brown shirts, of Neo-Eurasianism. Okay. Founders split from the NBP, and then they disagreed with what they perceived as to be Lemonov's policies. Okay, so the NBP was Lemonov. Oh, okay, so that's why you're drawing this distinction between Lemonov and Dugin. They sound like they were rival factions within that. Forging political alliance with pro-Western liberals. Okay. So Lemonov was too much of a simp for the West, right? In order to, and these people, they wanted to simp Putin instead. The new MBF perceives exiled oligarchs like Boris Berezovsky and Vladimir Gusinsky and liberal democratic. So wait, okay, so Haas, like I think I've got enough I think I understand what you were saying there a little bit better. Yeah, well, see, like, listen, I mean, I could have just gone to see... I don't know if you can see this here, Haas. Let me see if I have to open this out. Oh, yeah, I do. Actually, you can't see it. Okay, look. Like, you can't see this window. If I open it a little bit more, though. There we go. We open it a little bit more, we see that this... Oh, it's part of the series. The Wikipedia series on fascism. Now, I said this before, and I'll say it again. This word is a bit of a, in case of emergency break glass word for me. Like, I don't like to call people this word unless I've really got, you know, some slam dunk information, like, you know, tying them to this. Because, you know, calling somebody this when they're not that, that's pretty cringe, right? And you wouldn't want me to do that to you. Right, so I kind of just, like, you know, kept this in the background. Like I was talking about, you know, national Bolshevism. There is like a, you know, relationship there. But as but again, like I said, I don't want to jump to any conclusions and make accusations which aren't supportable, because Haas, there's a lot of accusations against you that are very supportable, that are slam dunk. And the one that I was making is that this dude was the main organizer for these national Bolshevik parties, National Bolshevik Front. Now, your contention is that because there was a split in the party, and that maybe Lemonov took over the name, that it's inappropriate to consider him a national Bolshevik. From what I understand... Are you still here? Sorry if I ignored you. Okay, start with Dugin's own writings. Well, as much as I'd love to read, like, an audiobook of... like, make my own audiobook of Dugin, I don't think I'd get a lot of viewers off of that. Not as many as I do seeing you a documentary about Dugin. Okay, well, I'll probably watch that off stream, right? Because Haas, I just got accused of platforming some pretty bad stuff, okay? Right? I just got accused of uncritically bringing somebody on the stream to talk, you know, to simp for genocide denial, right? And so if I were to just click on your links and say, okay, well, Haas seems like a good guy, Haas seems like a trustworthy guy, well, first of all, I'd be wrong, because you don't seem like either of those things. And second of all, I'd be stupid because I haven't even looked at them yet. And you know, I realize that there's different ways that you can portray the same set of facts to spin one way or the other. And I tend to like to look at the preponderance of the evidence before I make my conclusions. Now, I know that you like to make conclusions with like next to nothing. Like the conclusion that you made that I was a white supremacist, which I still haven't heard. Should we go back to your video and see if you make the argument there? Should I just watch it and maybe there's a really good argument? I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, I am a white supremacist. It turns out I am. I didn't know. I was simping white supremacy the whole time. Yeah. Let's give it a chance, because maybe Haas, I mean, is a genius and he's got the slam dunk argument and I just can't see it somehow. But yeah, I would love to find out. Let's take a look at that. Because I feel like there's a pretty strong case to call you a Nazbol here, Haas. Now, you can argue that, like, national Bolshevism, you might think it's good. You might think that, you know, it's better than Western Imperial. I don't know what your deal is, right? But, like, just at least be upfront with us. Because until now, Haas, you've been lying to us, and we don't appreciate that. And we don't trust you. Like, when you lie to us... Right? Like I said, the fascist word is one that's like in case of emergency break glass, okay? I don't go to that one first, right? But when you keep on lying to us, then these worst case scenarios of what your actual beliefs are start to play out in our heads. I mean, we're doing our best not to jump to conclusions here, Haas, because, you know, I'd like to give you a fair hearing, which is more than you are willing to do for me. Nazbols are is everyone that you don't like a liberal? Is that just how you use that word? That is the liberal just like a person I don't like, according to Nazbol. I find them cringy intellectual artists. Yo, that was pretty cringy how you wrote that. And let's see. Oh wait, where did you go? I don't like their aesthetic. Yeah. Hey, have you noticed how much you are all about aesthetics? Like, I would characterize your viewpoint as, like, so essentialist that I can't even resolve it with the idea of dialectical materialism. Like, I don't understand how somebody as essentialist as you could call themselves a dialectical materialist. I feel like when I'm talking, or when I'm dealing with you, when I'm watching you, when I'm talking to you now, I feel like it's more like talking to a religious person. And that's not to say that religious people are bad, but that, like, for me, religion is something that gives you meaning in a different way than politics do. And listen, you mentioned, I don't know if I think it was your last stream, but you talked about how religion can be important to people, how people can find meaning in it, how people take the stories, even though, like, so, oh yeah, also, Haas, okay, look, are you an atheist? Like, because I thought I heard you say you're an atheist, right? Like, you yourself don't believe in religion, but you feel like it's important to working people because they have a lot to deal with and it's a source of meaning for their lives, right? That's what you said? I'm not mischaracterizing you there? Because that's something I think we kind of agree with, like, right? The way I think of it is that, like, you know, human beings always have stories, and whether that's a story that, you know, you're telling by the campfire, or a story that, you know, you are hearing about in a church, like, you know, it's these things that kind of go beyond the world that we know, that maybe give our lives meaning. But, like, in terms of tying that back to, I kind of have a split in my mind between, like, that. Like, in other words, I wouldn't use, like, the stories that give me meaning. I wouldn't say, well, because this story gives me meaning, therefore something that reminds me of this story must be good, right? That's essentialism, right? Because, like, the story is you know, it's for in here, it's not for out here. Like, right, you know, you're not going to get scientific truth from religion. You're not going to get, like, you know, I guess you could say practical truth, although, you know, like I think of it as, you know, you could, if you're an atheist, you'd say it's like psychological. You'd say that it's a human psychological coping mechanism for, a letter from the anarchist thinker, Karl Marx. No, I'm going to go forward with Haz's stuff. Okay, trying to educate her. She is far beyond any education. So wait, Haz, are you an atheist? Like, is that right? I'm not mischaracterizing you? Is he asking to get in the VC? No, that's a strange thing. That's almost another religious idea. So it's like when I grew up in a Christian environment, right? And there was this idea that if people didn't accept Christ into their hearts, in other words, if people didn't believe that Jesus had been killed and then risen from the dead, and thereby saved the souls of all of humanity, that they would go to hell, that their eternal soul, once they died, would meet like a essentially, you know, eternal torture, eternal punishment, just a really bad time, right? Okay, and that if you did believe in Jesus, you were saved. So what you're telling me is that because I haven't read Marx's commentary on religion, because my life path hasn't like caused me to consume and read and understand that literature, that I'm a lost cause. That sounds a lot like the kind of like Christianity that I grew up with. That sounds a lot like the religion that I grew up with, Haz. And so that's why I feel like putting your philosophy into more of a religious framework is actually a better description of what you're doing. Like, right? You're not teaching people Marxist-Leninism. You're running a cult, right? You're taking vulnerable young men, many of whom might not, you know, had a lot of formative experience, and you're trying to become their daddy. And you want to make them, they want to be like the big gorilla man. They want to be one with the sun like you, Haz. Like, right? You know, you look like somebody that they could respect. But I would say that they probably don't know you. And if they did, they'd know that you can't give them that because you yourself are lost. You yourself are hiding from yourself. You yourself are repressing. And that's all you can teach them, is how to hate themselves, how to run from themselves, how to avoid trying to come to an understanding of themselves. That's all you can teach them, because you're not teaching them dialectical materialism. You're not teaching them Marxism.
I'm a Nazbol? Fuck off! What the fuck are you talking about? I'm a Nazbol.
I didn't put any, like I was, okay, listen. I don't agree with what I perceive as Nazbol ideology. It's well,
like, I just naturally
I love that.
Dudes.
It's well, you know, out of my range of ideological acceptability, right? I don't agree with that. But I was calling you that in a descriptive way, not in a pejorative way. I wasn't trying to insult you with that. I definitely wasn't trying to signal anything else. Like you said it, you thought it was a dog whistle. Have you experienced a lot of like dog whistles? Like a lot of people, you know, using tricky ways to be racist without, you know, being out and out racist? Well, I think that you think that my ideology is white supremacy. But what was funny is that you also seem to think that Nazbols are white supremacists. And was that why you didn't think that that was like an appropriate terminology for you? Because from what I understand, some but not all Nazbols, you know, are like Western chauvinist. But it's entirely possible to, you know, I think the ideology is functional without that too. If you supplant maybe another ideal for whiteness.
See, I'm a Nazbol, I'm a Hitlerite right-winger. I don't give a fuck about your white people bullshit. Fuck do I have to do with that? Think I got some shit to have to fucking do with that?
Oz, you're awfully defensive about being called a Nazi despite the fact of having not been called a Nazi. You're awfully defensive about that. Why do you keep thinking people are like, I've gone out of my way to avoid using that word. But you keep bringing it up, and I wonder why it's so pressing on your mind. It's almost like you're afraid of somebody calling you that.
They're calling me a white supremacist. They're calling me this shit. Like I care about her, or I care about her stupid
Debate the anarchist.
bullshit. The fuck?
Yeah, this is the face. Hey chat, look. That's the face of somebody who doesn't care. That's the face of somebody who does not give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck because he gives 627 fucks.
Out of my face.
Wait, get the fuck out of my face? And you're in my chat. And you're in my chat. Did I come to your stream? Do I come to your stream, Haas, and slap the dick out of your mouth? Is that what I did? You fucking trad con. What are you suppressing is what I wonder. Like, what are you hiding? Like, what are you afraid that people are going to discover? What are you afraid of discovering about yourself?
They want to cancel me because they hate Arabs, they hate Muslims.
This is wild, Haas. This is wild. I'm the one getting canceled, Haas. For listening to Chaos is Mel, for talking to Chaos is Mel. I got canceled, and people said that I was a crypto tankie and a genocide denial simp, okay? I'm the one who got canceled, Haas, not you. You got to talk to Destiny. What the fuck are you bitching about? You fucking snowflake. You are such a little pussy, aren't you? You are such a little pussy. But the little dudes come up and like I just naturally am like little dudes.
That's the truth. That's why they want to cancel me. I'm telling you, that's why they want to cancel me.
Why would I want to cancel you? You're like content, dude. Like, do you realize?
When I see SJWs, I see some kind of racially neutral.
Do you realize? Look, Haas.
Some kind of Cartesian subject who's just an amorphous jellyfish.
I get views on your video, and it's not from your SEO value. Like, right? If I do a video about Destiny or Vaush, there's SEO value to that, right? Just search engine clicking will get me views if I do a video about them. I get videos about. I get views on videos about you because you're a lol cow. You're a source of merriment and amusement to a lot of people. Now, I don't think that you're as you know, cute and cuddly as everybody seems to think. Like, I don't think that you're just like a harmless little, like, you know, weirdo, right? I think that your views are actually kind of dangerous.
It has no particularity.
But honestly, I don't even know how seriously you take your own shit and how much of this is just like a because you don't want to do law school.
Oh, I see a fucking Anglo.
Which, I mean, I don't blame you for. Like, law school sounds boring.
That's what I fucking see. Like with infrared instinct.
Oh my god. And yo, thank you for coming by though, Infrared. Like I said, you may not be a leftist, but you are a true comrade.
vision. That's what
you
I
are
see.
really helping me out here in ways that you couldn't imagine, right?
And people who are honest and authentic about themselves and are not pretentious, acting like they're pure Cartesian subjects. The guy who's having beers, sitting on his boat, and yeah, a lot of working class people, they got small boats.
Oh yeah, this is the cool part, Haz. This is the cool part. Okay. A lot of working class people, they got small boats. Let's see, what else do they have, Haz? What else do they have?
And they got cottages up north. Not all of them.
They got small boats and they got cottages up north, okay? So, Haz, I think the fundamental mistake that you're making here is your class analysis. I think your class analysis is actually a cultural analysis, masquerading as a class analysis. I think that the way you disambiguate proletariats from, you know, PMCs and bourgeoisies, I think it's cultural. I think that you think that everything that's like from the inner part of the United States, you know, the people that you know, they got their weekend cottage on the lake that they go to up north, right? The people that they got a boat. Some of them got boats. Some of them got this. Some of them got that. You know what you're telling me? You're telling me that it's not about what they own. You're telling me it's not about what they have access to. And like, what's left? What do you always talk about is culture. You talk about how I look like a Chaz mugshot. Yeah, a Chaz mugshot. A mugshot from the Chaz, right? You know, this is cultural. You seem to like essentialize Trump voters as being fundamentally proletariat. But you're missing the point. In fact, like some of the shit, like, I mean, like you talk about Leftypol, you know, like I've been around some adjacent stuff to like Leftypol. I used to like be like a Zero Books fan back in the day. I used to be into a lot of shit that I now look back at and I'm like, that is some, you know, class reductionist bullshit, right? That is like, these are bad, you know, people to read, right? But I used to be into that. So I know a little bit about this stuff, right? And like, you know, Chapo would always talk about the professional managerial class. I think that's where that phrase like entered into the American lexicon. And they would make the point that, you know, with the Trump voters, everybody's thinking that we're talking about like, this is Bob. Bob lays bricks. Bob lays bricks for a living. He works hard. He does his job. It's a physical manual. He's a manly man. He doesn't care about your gender study shit or any of that. He doesn't give a fuck. You know, this is, you know, like everybody that they're, you know, like the Trump voters are like downscale people that don't have a lot of education and they're honest, good, hardworking people. And they're the proletariats, that's what the divide is, that the rich are voting for the Democrats, that the poor are voting for the Republicans, right? Even Chapo admits that most of these Trump voters, you know, you're much more likely to find a jet ski dealer from Terre Haute, you know, who might have a lake cottage, who probably has a boat, because if they got a jet, you know, if they're a jet ski dealer, yeah, they got a boat. They've definitely got a boat. But has, like, you could be having a beer with somebody on their fucking boat in, like, fucking Michigan or something like that, you know, talking about how great you love the fucking, you know, proletariats of this country, and they're so much more honest, they're so much better, you know, the fucking liberals, you hate them, and, like, you know, they're gonna agree with, you know, they're gonna be, you know, you're gonna be having a good time until they find out where you're from, and then they're gonna look at you differently. I don't think you know who your friends are, Haz. I don't think you know who your friends are. Haz, what president? Listen, Haz, you're talking about getting into the VC. All right, the first thing that you're going to need to do that is pay me $200, because unfortunately, someone in your community made the mistake of paying Vaush, and now every streamer knows that you're a pay pig. Okay, that you'll pay money to get on somebody's stream. So it's kind of like, you know, if we were like, I made this comparison earlier. Like if like, let's say I wanted to sell you this mug and I'm like, listen, I'll give you this mug for $5. Right? If you want to buy this mug for me for $1, you need to say, that's a piece of shit mug. I don't even want it. It looks like crap. It's dirty. It's probably cracked, you know, but I'll give you 25 cents for it. And then I say, no, I want $4 for it. And you say, I will give you 50 cents for it. And, well, you didn't do that, Haas. You went right to $4. You went right to $4. And now I know you got $4 to pay for my mug. So Haas, guess what you're not getting without paying me $4. And no, I don't mean $4. I mean, like, what would it be like? Let's say 195. Okay, you paid 200 for Vaush. You'll pay 195 for me. So make it rain, Haas. Make it fucking rain. And then we can talk about the VC. I feel like you're trying to cancel me though, Haas. You call me a white supremacist. What the shit is that other than cancel culture? What the fuck is that? Like, I could take you more seriously if every single critique you offered wasn't something that you're doing yourself. If you weren't such an obnoxious and blatant and flagrant hypocrite. Did you call me smart? Haas, I speak well. That's different than being smart. You don't know if I'm smart. You don't know me.
Dude, but it's not that uncommon. And they just having a beer or something, or they on their porch.
And I don't know you. You know, you could look, yeah, like somebody could be on their porch having a beer, looking like a shit-kicking redneck, and be like really fucking smart, right? You got to look beyond appearances. There's so much shit that you assume that I don't know, that you assume that we disagree on, that is absolutely basic to me.
Just chilling, having barbecues and shit, saying, I'm an American. I respect that guy, dude. I respect that guy. He's not, I don't see him as
the blue hairs. Oh, hey, eugenics coon.
a white. I don't see him as a fucking, my.
Oh my God.
Instinct for anger.
So eugenics coon is saying that now, like I talked to eugenics coon earlier. He doesn't think that I'm a white supremacist. He thinks you got that wrong, Haas. But he's saying here that the blue hairs get really angry about quote unquote ethnics. I have heard that phrase. I've never heard it from a blue hair. I heard it where I grew up in Kentucky. I grew up in that part of the country, you know? Like my parents are the kind of people that you would assume that you would call like, you know, proletariat. Now, are they working class? And they're more middle class, right? But you would see them and you would see their culture and you would see how they dress and how they act and shit. And you would essentialize the fuck out of them and make an assumption that, you know, that I come from a much like less well-off family than I do. Right. And then you could see somebody that's like from California and maybe they got colored hair and they got nose piercing and shit, but their folks ain't got shit to their name, Haas. What I'm saying is that you're out of touch with reality on a lot of levels. And if I was in that position and somebody like me was showing that to me, I'd be a little concerned. I'd want to like reestablish my grounding. I'd want to reestablish my contact with reality.
Anglo instinct is turned off when I see that type of person. I see another human being. You know, I could shake their hand. Put it here, pal.
You can shake your hand, Haas, but you better make sure that they're not stabbing a knife in your back. Or voting for a candidate who wants to literally fucking, you know, kick anybody out of the country who wasn't born here. Like, that's what Trump was about. That's who you're making common cause with. That's who you think your friends are, right? Because you hate the libs that much.
Come to a mutual understanding because you're a human being. I'm a human being too. You know what I'm saying? But these SJWs, these Biden foot soldiers and shock troopers, they're fucking white supremacists. Let me ask you guys a question. Why
Haas, I can tell by the way that you say that you don't even believe what you're saying. It's just like you're grasping at straws, dude.
the fuck is breadtube's #1 goal to hate on China and to spur up anti-China chauvinism in a way that would make fucking Hitler's anti-USSR propaganda blush? Breadtube is more vicious and chauvinistic against China than the fucking Nazis were in spirit against the fucking Soviet Union. They want to cancel me. Go ahead, cancel.
Why do you need to cancel somebody that cancels themselves?
Me. I don't give a
Like literally, I sat there and watched you kick half of your community out. What was that about? What was the shrimp trial about? It was almost like you were a performance artist that's anti-communist, and you're trying to make fun of, like, you're trying to make fun of, like, the purges, and it was almost like you were fucking making fun of the Soviet Union there. And I really wondered for a second, like, what level is this guy operating on? Like, how many levels of irony are you under, Haas? And I don't know. Maybe you're just this silly.
fuck. From what? What are you gonna cancel me and gatekeep me from, huh? From what? You think I like you people? I fucking hate you guys. I want nothing to do with you. You smell bad. You fucking smell.
Well, I mean, you can't tell how somebody smells by looking at their stream. You can guess, though. I have a feeling your apartment smells like coom.
Like dog. Yo, what's Khan? You smell like a fucking dog. You think I want anything to do with you? You're disgusting people. Filthy, disgusting people.
Okay, if you deserve to be canceled for anything, it's this. I think you hate dogs. And although I'm more of a cat person myself, meow, I don't think a lot of people appreciate the dog hate, okay? Doggos are heckin' valid, okay? Doggos are valid. Ooh woo. Do you understand, Haas? Do you oh, you want the cat ears? Okay. Doggos are valid, okay? So you shouldn't be, like, you know, putting them up there as, like, the ultimate smelly thing that, like, an SJW, that smells as bad as an SJW, because we all know that SJWs smell really bad. Oh my god. Something like that? Yeah. Ooh, ooh. Okay, there we go. It's gonna cut off my, like, circulation, though. I fucking... There we go. Something... No, it's still fucking with me. Oh, well. Oh shit, I wasn't trying to show you pick your nose there. Here, let me go grab a drink while...
I want nothing to do with you. Like I gotta be locked out. Oh guys, blacklist alert. Breadtube, do not let infrared in our community. I wanna be in your community. We're building our own community on purpose because we don't want to be in your community. I don't want to be in your fucking community. I don't want to be in your fucking community. Your blue hair community, that's what I want to be a part of? No, I don't. Honest to fucking God, I would rather have any other type of network of friends than that one. I'd rather be friends with the MAGA community than you. I'd rather be Lecture Fan's friend than you. And Lecture Fan's a fucking idiot. You think I want to walk on eggshells in your community and have this disgusting, inhuman environment where no one's an authentic human being and everyone's a fucking liar? Everyone's a fucking fake? You fake fucking leftist? You fuck...
Dude. Literally fucking lying. Literally fucking lying. Will someone tell Haas to stop lying to his audience? Holy shit, my dude. Holy fucking shit. I gotta play this clip. I'm sorry, Haas, but you triggered it. You triggered it by lying. Like a weaselly little liar. Fuck yes. Here we go.
So, I'm not going to... I'll use Hassan as an example. I'm not going to talk to a black person like Trihex and say, hey, the N-word, it's always... Do you think black people...
What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. Holy shit, dude.
Excuse me.
Holy
Literally
fucking
lying.
shit,
Oh, I
dude.
apologize.
Literally lying to his audience.
Still lying to his audience. Can someone at least fucking enlighten Destiny that he's literally lying to his audience? What a fucking piece of shit, dude. Holy fucking shit.
Sorry, it had to be said. It had to be said. But also, I kind of think you'd look good with blue hair. Did you ever think about that? Like, okay. How about this? $195. And reference Dugin so that I know it's you, so that I know it's from your community, okay? Give me $195, okay? And in addition, I'm also going to need you to dye your hair blue. And then we can debate. Got it? But other than that, you're not getting into the VC.
Fucking fakes? Like, I want something to do with you?
I mean, you seem to. Like, is it because we passed you in views or something? I seriously don't get it. Because, like, none of what you're saying makes sense. Like, me being a white supremacist and shit like that. You didn't even provide any information. You just said that, like, you think that Nazbol's like a dog whistle, which it's not. You can look it up. You can look up Nazbol white supremacist dog whistle. You'll find nothing. Nobody's ever been called a Nazbol as a way to, you know, insult them racially and be, like, all, you know, sneaky about it. That's not a thing. You're literally fucking lying. You're a Weasley little liar. And honestly, you know, if you're really about lying, why not just go into law? Why not just be a professional liar? I mean, you kind of are, but you just, like, I think you'd get paid more as a lawyer. Are you sure you want to drop out of law school? Right? Because you know what? Like, quitting your day job is a scary thing. It's a scary fucking thing. Where did he go? Did he leave? Did he fucking leave? You still haven't paid me $195. It's just $195. What kind of scrub can't pay me $195? What kind of Weasley little pay pig? That brings homophobic dicks to my community. Did he get in trouble? Did you get in trouble, Haas? I told you, listen, you gotta do better about staying unbanned, okay, Haas? You gotta do better about staying unbanned, okay? Because that's the only way that you're going to save enough channel points to be able to You've got elves, Haas. Okay, look. Let me show you. See, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Without me showing you, you'd have no way of knowing, okay? Look, here's what I do. I take the elf, okay? Kind of looks like a blue-haired SJW. And then I, wait, how does this work? Yeah, channel points. And we go to, is it this one? Modify a single emote. Okay, then you take Alf and you do the little horizontal flip on the Alf, and look at that. Look what we have. Oh, yes. Oh, so good. Okay, here we go. The cursed Alf. You can post it too. Yeah, but you got to save up your channel points. And what I'm trying to tell you is if you keep on getting banned, you're not going to save them. I don't think you get channel points while you're banned. So try to stay unbanned, bro.
They're gonna go. Oh, we have to stop tankies from our community. What community do you have? You're an ant compared to fucking the American population. You're an ant. We have way more.
So what are you then? If you're smaller than me now, what are you?
Promise than you do. And I know that for a fact. I know our barrier to entry is lower than yours, cause I get.
Are you like some kind of little, like, you know, I don't know. Are you like a bug? You're like a bug to an ant. Like, what is that?
DMs and I get all.
Are you even capable of dunking on somebody without dunking on yourself? Do we need to watch the fellow traveler? Somebody post that fellow traveler meme. Somebody post that fucking fellow traveler meme, okay? Motherfucker manages to call himself a cuck in an attempt to dunk on our friend fellow traveler. An actual ML. Oh shit, we should bring Aaron on. Let's get Aaron. Let's get Aaron. I'll bring Aaron into the VC. Should we talk to Aaron? Or Eudaimonia? I've heard Eudaimonia's got a channel now. Is that right? I don't know. I don't know. Let's talk to Aaron. Yeah, let's bring Aaron on. Can anybody get a hold of Aaron for me? Biden enjoys poop. I love it. Newest sub, Infrared Show. That's beautiful. Was that Zonia? Who did that? Was that Zonia? I'll have to scroll back. Like, there was like so much going on earlier. Yeah, how do you sustain that anger, I wonder? It's gotta be like, I don't know, like what, I just like, after a while, does your body just stop producing cortisol? Yeah, it was Zonia. Zonia gave you the tier 1 sub. Nice.
Sorts of messages from regular Americans who are not that educated going, hey man, thank you so much. You're putting into words what I couldn't. Thank you so much for being out here and doing this. Because I've been searching for a long time for someone like you, something like you. I've been looking for a platform for something like yours. And I get that shit all the time, dude.
You've been, so wait, yeah, because what they're saying to you is that they've been looking for a place to express submissive masculinity to your performative masculinity. That's what they're saying. They're saying they're betas and they mistake you for an alpha when you're clearly a sigma.
All the fucking time.
Clearly a sigma. Clearly this man makes his own rules. This man exists outside of the hierarchy. Clearly a sigma.
These irrelevant breadtube bitches
sigma
are done,
male.
Dude. I'm not even worried about them that much.
I'm only worried about them enough that I'm gonna like rant about them for fucking an hour, dude.
I'm trying to
like Infrared. If you don't want to get fucking dragged on my stream, maybe try not posting cringe. Did you ever think of that? Like, you did this to yourself, just like with Fellow Traveler. You did this to yourself. This is self-inflicted, okay? This is not me wishing any ill upon you. I feel bad enough for you as it is.
Take them down before they wither away by the device of their own irrelevance. They're gonna wither away. I just wanna, you know...
I mean, one of these days, yeah, right? You know? Vaush is gonna be down to, like, 0 subs, and, you know, Infrared's gonna have it all.
Steal some of it before they disappear. But do I have to be the one who's going to take them down and make them irrelevant? No, it's already happening. Biden won, and they're fundamentally irrelevant in the fucking Biden era. These are the most... And not only are they irrelevant...
No, Infrared, you got to stay in here. Don't you want to get into the VC? I told you how to make it, right? You got unbanned, okay? So that's the first step, okay? First step is getting unbanned.
Relevant, they've just consigned themselves to the fucking rabid shock troopers of the Biden administration. And they're boring as shit.
And that's why you're obsessed. And that's why you're obsessed.